What's up, guys? My name is Manolo. I'm currently 20 years old. This is my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching, and let's get right into the video. So this video is about breaking free, basically detaching from negative influences. So like when trying to improve and whatnot, it's your people and your environment who influence you, right? Like it's common sense, but we tend to forget this, right? So once you start eliminating these people that kind of like hold you back, kind of like add like pressure into you, like add weight into you, you let these things go. Not necessarily people, it doesn't always have to be people, but once you let these things go, you feel lighter. You don't have that heavy weight that wasn't like, imagine like you walking, right? And you have a heavy book bag that weighs like 80 pounds. Let's say you don't need it no more. You take it off. On your way to the journey, wherever you were like walking to, your journeys can be way much lighter, way much easier, way more satisfying. Think of the heavy weight as the bad influences, the bad people who make your life more harder than it already is. I'll give you an example. Not too long ago, I was doing sales, right? And this was my first time doing something like this, right? But I always knew I wanted to do it. Once I got there, everything changed, right? Like mentally. The people I was around with were like-minded individuals, people who had visions, who had goals, who were ambitious to becoming that person. And the law of attraction, the more you believe something, the more you surround yourself with like-minded things, the more you become that one thing. So I was surrounded with all these people. They always push themselves, therefore they push me too, because once I see them succeed, I would want to succeed them. So this is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's always good to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. If you can't do that, I would highly suggest joining like a online group, or just joining like a community of like-minded individuals. And by the way, I do have a Discord server. It's nothing out of pocket. There's no charge. But if you do join, I'm gonna provide with a lot of information. We just want to push yourself. This is the whole point of like trying to like become better, to push yourself and have like-minded people. So what are the signs of like negative influences, right? Let's say in the back of your mind you want to stop eating junk food, right? But if you constantly have fat ass friends, right? Like, even though they're not physically fat, but they constantly want to binge eat like random fast food, they're your friends, right? You're friends for a reason, because you share something in common, right? So let's say you want to take the big step and not do the unhealthy things, right? Let's say you start doing this, right? More than that, they're gonna judge you. They're gonna be like, yo, you think you're so special, you think you're better than us. And they're gonna unknowingly or knowingly trigger you to get back into your old habits. This could apply to anything. It could apply to alcohol. It could apply to partying. It could apply to being lazy, unmotivated. And the thing is, doesn't even have to be friends. It could be your own family. Your own family can bring you down. If your family is always like so angry all the time, they're so argumentative, if they're constantly just trying to fight or trying to find a reason to like not get along with each other, this will influence you. Even if you don't want it to, it still influences you. So these are the signs, honestly. Also, of your friends, like let's say you want to do something better in life, right? Your friends don't motivate you, or at least acknowledge that you're doing anything better than what you're currently doing. I would honestly say cut those friendships off. Push them off. Just take the big step and go forward. If it's necessary, even like leave them behind. Don't communicate with them. Don't even give them a reason, honestly. You gotta think logically and not emotionally. Obviously, it's good to think both, but sometimes it's better to think logically, because logic, like almost 90% of the time, beats emotions. Because we're emotional creatures, right? But the emotions get the best of us. So it's always to think logically and rationalize, and just take a step back and be like, are my friends really helping me, or are they pushing me back from like getting where I want to be in life? So don't be afraid to let go of your friends or the bad influences. So evaluate your relationships. There's gonna be some relationships which are obviously not negative and some that are positive. You gotta be smart and think logically and be like, okay, maybe this one friend I have, maybe he's not the perfect human being, but maybe he shares some similar attributes, which is something that I want to take from, like let's say one of your friends, they're not the most smartest, but they have good morals. I wouldn't say to cut them off completely, but let's say on the other hand, you have another friend, right? He can be smart, intelligent, but his actions are not intelligent. His habits are not intelligent. He parties a lot. He drinks, he smokes, he does this and that, whatever. This friend, even though he's smart, he doesn't think smartly. His mind might be smart, but his actions are not smart, if that makes sense. I would completely cut that friend off. Because, like I said, your environment, your accountability partners, your friends, your family, whether you want to believe it or not, they take a big toll of how you become and what you will be. So do not be afraid. Obviously, if you have to, do it. It's necessary for growth. Sometimes in life, in order to become a beautiful thing, in order to evolve, you have to let go of many things, including trauma, but that's for another video. So how can you know which friends to leave and which friends to, keep in your circle, if that makes sense? Think of it like this. Let's say you have a son, right? Or a daughter. If your son or daughter had the same friends that you currently have, would you allow your son or daughter to be friends with those people? If the answer is no, then cut off your friends. Simple as that. Unless you don't care about your son or daughter, then I guess do whatever you want. But ultimately, I know as a parent, you want your kids to be the best. Mentally, physically, and if you're religious, spiritually, right? So 3 things. So if your friends will not be the same friends that you will allow your son or daughter to have, then what are you doing? If that makes sense. Because whether you want to believe it or not, your son or daughter, they learn so much from you, right? So it's sad to see when parents kind of push off or not really care when they're doing unhealthy things right in front of the parent. They think, oh, he doesn't understand, or he doesn't care, or he doesn't know how my life is. That's BS completely. Because I know for a fact, children growing up, they look as their parents for the most part, someone who they look up to, right? Look up to is because they want to share something in common with them, right? And if your parents are always doing bad things, you don't think this will mess up your mind? Come on, man, just think logically. This is what I'm trying to say. If all of us think more logically, we wouldn't have what we currently have in society. But that's besides the point. So cultivate empowering relationships. Surround yourself, and I mean this. And I'll share a quick example once I'm done rambling or whatever. Share and find people who share the things that you want to become. Even if you don't understand them, they're so beyond with what you're currently capable of understanding. As long as you understand just a tiny bit, or you see the vision, and you surround yourself with these people, you start catching, oh, this works like this. 1 + 1 = 2, right? You start catching up slowly, right? It might take a little time. It might take a little bit more time for some other people, especially me. Sometimes I might be, I catch on to things. Sometimes I catch to things a little bit slow. It's okay. We're all different, but we all want to be better, right? You surround yourself with these people. You start saying, wait, this guy, no offense, right? This guy is so dumber than me. His IQ is way lower than me, but somehow he's doing this. And obviously, you shouldn't hate on them, right? You should be power them, right? Not hate. You see this person, they're obviously lower IQ than you, but they're reaching the same things that you want to be. So if they manage to do this, then obviously you can too. It's just you gotta find out how they did it. Now you gotta look at yourself and be like, how can I do the same thing, but even better? That makes sense. But you get the point. Surround yourself with like-minded people who you want to become. Let's say one of your goals is to become like not even a gym influencer, or you just want to have like a good physique, right? What is the first step? Obviously, either doing home workouts or, which I think is probably a better option, not gonna lie, because at home, don't get me wrong, calisthenics are good and everything, but going to a gym and getting a gym membership is kind of like, well, I'm wasting money. Well, not wasting, I'm investing money into a membership. I kind of have to show up because I'm paying money, right? Especially now with the inflation and everything going up, I'm paying for this, so you kind of have a reason to pull up and to show up. So that's the first step. And the second step is, over time, you can see so many people that have the body that you want, right? You see them and you're like, dang, I want to be like that. Well, guess what? You can achieve that. It's just, first you want to have it. Second, you have to surround with people who already have it. It works. It's so simple, but people tend to forget this. Don't be one of those guys who think, oh, I'm gonna do this solo, I'm not gonna have nobody in my team. Bullcrap. You'll be so much ahead if you already have people who already have what you currently have. Surround yourself with these people. Even if you're the dumbest one there, or you're the newbiest one there, you'll eventually get there. I'm gonna summarize everything. So, like I said, take a step back. Evaluate your friendships. See if they push you forward or they push you backwards. If they push you forward, okay. You can still stay friends with them. If they push you backwards, in any type of way, even if you love them, sometimes in life you have to let go of things you love. Because first of all, you gotta love yourself way more than anybody else. Obviously, have God first if you believe in religion. But put yourself first. Because truly, you cannot love nobody else if you don't love yourself. Simple as that. And surround yourself with the people who already have what you currently have. Law of attraction is like a magnet. You have this, you attract this, boom. And then over time, you're gonna have a connection. Think of like spider web. A spider web connects so many things. Over time, you're gonna know so much things. You're gonna have so many people in your circle. Boom. Connections are everything, and that's for another video. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching the video. I do have my Discord server. It's down below in the link on the YouTube channel. If you're on TikTok, it should be on my profile. Anywhere else, Instagram, it should be my profile too. YouTube Shorts, it should be in my profile too, or it should be in my YouTube channel. But yeah, thank you for watching. I really do hope you surround yourself with more like-minded people, choose right friendships, and let's all become better together. Thank you.